Hello everyone, my name is Jamin. Thanks so much for visiting my channel. In this video, I have a Legion Y7000 2019 model. I'm going to show you how to get inside, access your fan heatsink CPU assembly. So first thing, power down your computer through the start menu, make sure it's off and unplugged from your charger. We're then going to flip the computer over to access our bottom case screws. There are 11 screws on the bottom case. Once you remove those screws, you're going to take a small, flat, preferably plastic pry tool. I say plastic because it'll scratch your case far less than a metal one will. You're going to go around the seam of your bottom case and pry it off from the rest of your computer. Now be careful not to put your pry tool too far in. You could damage some internal components. Keep it on the edge. Go nice and slow, careful but firm, and you'll be able to get that off. It's generally best to start out back near one of the back corners. And if you get stuck going in one direction, just leave it, start on the other side, and continue around. Once you get your bottom case off, this is what you're looking at for the inside of your computer. Now, as a general computer repair side note, whenever I'm working on a computer in my shop, it's sitting on an anti-static mat. Either that or an anti-static bracelet are great ideas to avoid damaging anything in your computer when you're working on it. If you would like help with tools or supplies for your computer project, as well as any replacement or upgrade parts for this specific model, the Y7000, I will have a link above, also below in the description, and that will be a list of all the tools and supplies, as well as those replacement and upgrade parts for this computer. Now, before touching anything in a computer, it's always wise to remove or at least unplug your battery. Computers are safest to work on when as little power as possible is running through it. Your battery is right down here, near the bottom right of my screen. It's held in by these 5 screws near the red arrows, and it plugs into the motherboard right here. Now, usually it's best to not pull on wires if at all possible in a computer. Sometimes you can damage them or pull them right out of the plug. However, in this computer, there's no give here. There's no extra wire to grab onto. So I had to unscrew the battery, take the battery out, and then gently wiggle that out by pulling on those wires, unfortunately. So it's not ideal, but you had to go slow and gentle, and you can wiggle that plug out of the port. You have 2 fans up here near the top of my screen, 2 heat sinks that come down over your CPU, GPU area. To get your fans out, you have these 3 screws here, these 2 screws here. They plug into the motherboard. The left one plugs in here, and the right one plugs in here. Now be very careful with those wires. They're very, very small, very, very fragile. Definitely don't want to put any stress on the wire. Just pull out the plug from the port right there. After you get those fans up, you can clean them out, replace them, whatever you're here to do. I will have fan replacement options for you below in the description in that link I told you about with all the replacement and upgrade parts for this model computer. If you want to get your heatsink up, you have 4 screws here. I'm sorry, 3 screws here and 4 screws here. Now, as a word of caution with messing with your heat sinks, if you take your heatsink up for any reason and you expose that thermal paste to air, you do then need to reapply it. Once it's been separated and exposed to air, it's not going to do its job well, and it's got to be cleaned off and reapplied. If you need help with that process, I will have a video link below in the description. It'll be a tutorial in how to fix an overheating laptop. One of the things it will show you is how to clean off all the old thermal paste. You don't want to put new thermal paste on top of old thermal paste. And it will also show you how to apply the right amount of new thermal paste. If you apply too little, it won't do its job. If you apply too much, same thing. You could end up locking heat in rather than facilitating its transport out. So that video will be down below in the description if you need it. I will also have a couple different thermal paste options for you below in the description in that link with all the replacement parts and tools. I will have one on the cheaper end, but it will still work well in this laptop. And I have a little more expensive one if you want a little more heat performance out of that. Last couple things to mention, the CPU and GPU, these are not removable, they're not replaceable, they're soldered into the motherboard. And then one small thing up here, you see this little Lenovo sticker? That's a warranty void sticker. A lot of computers use these at various points in the computer, and if they're disturbed, it can void part or all of your warranty. So consult your warranty, find out what's going on with it. Just be aware of that when you see stickers like this. And I guess that's all for this video, how to get inside your Legion Y7000, access your heatsink assembly. Thanks again so much for watching. Please remember to like and share if this helped you out, if you think it can help someone else out. And feel free to subscribe if you enjoy DIY computer content like this, or if you just want to keep me on hand to answer any of your future computer questions. I do try to answer all questions throughout my channel at least a couple times a day. Also, feel free to check out the related links section below in the description. From time to time, I do try to add things in there that I think will help you with your general computer life, make it more productive, more enjoyable. So thanks again for watching, everyone. I look forward to seeing you on my next video.